Hi everyone, we're back for another episode of Atoms for the Love of Movie Picks. This time around, we're going to be talking about the 2001 film Super Troopers. This case is kind of funny. I mean, this is probably the proper way, but you can also look at it like that. It's pretty funny. Even the case has got a bit of sense of humor to it. So before I get started in talking about this one, I'd like to give a shout out to my coworker Tyler. He asked me to do a review and a recommendation on this movie. So here you go, Tyler. I hope you enjoy it. Super Troopers, basically the movie. It's a fictional story about a division of the Vermont State Highway Police Patrolmen and their wacky and hilarious antics throughout the movie. The movie, you've got Jay as Thorny, Kevin Heffernan as Rodney Farba. I'm just seeing who else is in here. So Eric Stolhansky as Rabbit, Steve Lem as Mac, Paul Soder as Foster, and then about the only other one in here that you got Brian Cox who plays Captain O'Hagan. Some well-known actors. And Jim Gaffigan, the comedian, is also in here as Larry Johnson. Brief minor role in this, but everybody knows that guy. The movie was basically a little tidbit about before we get into what I like about the movie. Movie was made on a small budget by movie standards of only $3.5 million. It only grossed $23.2 million at the box office, but since then has gained somewhat of a cult status and following. It basically has gotten more popular as time gone on. It eventually got to such a state of popularity that people were demanding that they make a sequel. And unfortunately, no major studio, even with this cult following, it didn't want to sponsor the sequel. So they ended up, random people ended up donating to get the second movie made, and they actually reached the donation goal when the second movie was made. Quite a number of years after. I think it was like 2017, 2018. It's an interesting little tidbit there. It starts off the opening scene. It's absolutely hilarious. Basically, when the two of the Super Troopers, they mess with some young stoners, it's a stroke of pure writing genius. I especially love the line. You've got the cops saying, "Pull the vehicle over," and the stoners look at each other and say, "I'm already pulled over, man. He's already pulled over, sir. He can't pull over any farther." And then you move on to the scene where Thorny and Rabbit, they have a maple syrup chugging contest. It's definitely an interesting scene. And in that scene, they're actually chugging maple syrup for real. That is, each of them have a bottle of maple syrup, real maple syrup that they're chugging in that scene. You just can't make stuff like that up. You quickly learn that the highway cops and the city cops really do not like each other. I really love Brian Cox's Captain O'Hagan. He is perfect for the role, and he's really funny. Then you get to meet in person. You kind of see a brief clips of him near the beginning, and he's on the radio. But you get to meet him really in person. Officer Rodney Farba at the station. He's on the radio duty because he's under a suspension for a previous incident involving a bus full of school children, a school bus. So you learn that Farba is he's got a real temper on him and quick to action, so to speak. The next scene in this movie that's just great is the meow scene. I don't know who wrote this movie, but they should be put. There's a writing hall of fame. They should be in it because just the stuff they come up with in this movie is just absolutely absurd. But it's just hilarious, just great stuff. And then Farba with his antics continue. He's basically pumps a gallon of gasoline into a garbage can beside the pump just so he can get a free hot dog. That guy, what that guy won't do for food. And then Farba is taken off suspension, placed back out on the road with Thorny after Rabbit pulls a stunt and gets himself put on radio duty. Quickly, his first antic is he's out on the road with Thorny. He bets Thorny $20 that this person they pull over, he will call them a chicken effer. It's quite funny, and he runs right up to the car and does it just as loud as he can, as blatant as he can. It's awesome. Then the next scene is the whole scene at the Dimple Burger. One of my favorite scenes in this movie. Um, you know, he he asked for a liter of cola. Only Farva would do that. Ask for a liter of cola instead of just asking for a large soda. Um, and the guy behind the counter looking at him like, "What are you talking about, bud? Liter of cola? What the heck are you talking about?" And then after he gets his order, he looks at the burger. And basically it looks like the burger joint's spitting it, and he's like, nah, whatever, and he eats it anyways, which is kind of gross. But he finds out that besides the possible spit in the burger, they punched a hole in his liter of cola behind his peel off, peel and win kind of thing. And that's when he really gets mad. He gets up or before he gets up, he says, "Damn it, you burger punk, you SOB." Then he proceeds to scream in a fit of anger and flies over the counter at the burger guy. Just typical Farva. Then the next, and because of that, he ends up getting arrested by the local cops, or at least taken down to the local cop station. The whole scene with him in the back room getting hosed down buck naked is just wrong, if not a little funny. I love the shenanigans scene, especially the line Captain O'Hagan says, during it. He's like, "I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next one of you guys that says shenanigans." And of course, Farver being the gullible idiot that he is, they get him to say shenanigans. It's just great. The next scene that I like is, where Mac, he's standing there down at the firing range, and he comes up and wearing nothing but a bulletproof jockstrap. It's just a unique and funny scene. And then you got, moving along to the next scene of topic, is the scene where Rabbit and the fake bear, with Rabbit and the fake bear. It's just all kinds of wrong, but it's still hilarious. And then at the very end, they're all drunk and driving around in the cruiser after getting fired, because not getting fired, but their station gets shut down. And they're just basically blowing off steam. They got nothing to lose by doing what they're doing. It's just freaking hilarious. So yeah, Super Troopers. Overall, a great comedic film with a simple storyline that just works on so many levels. Obviously, with the content that's in it, you got your swearing, you got your nudity. It's definitely a rated R movie, not recommended for anybody under the age of 18, but definitely a great, hilarious adult comedic film. Recommend it to anybody. Basically, I'm not sure if it's available on any streaming platforms, but you could certainly find it wherever movies are sold. If you haven't seen it before, definitely check out Super Troopers. You will not be disappointed. Have yourselves a good one, folks. Take care. We'll see you in the next one.